What if the deadliest poison was hiding in plain sight, right in your home? In the early 1950s, Sydney was rocked by a wave of thallium poisonings, a substance so lethal it could kill without a trace. Over 100 cases swept the city, all beginning with one woman, Avon Fletcher. Sensationalized by the media, Avon was painted as a cunning and manipulative woman. In September 1952, she was convicted of murdering her two husbands, Desmond George Butler and Bertram Henry Fletcher. She was the first in Australia, but she wouldn't be the last. Her crimes sparked a wave of copycats, leading to thallium becoming a weapon of choice in both murders and suicides. 6 women, in particular, sent the media and the public into a frenzy. Avon Fletcher, Carolyn Grills, Veronica Monty, Ruby Norton, Aileen Smith, and Beryl Haig. Their poison of choice allowed them to commit their crimes without arousing any suspicion. The idea of domestic bliss for the women in the 1950s was a far cry from reality. After the taste of freedom during World War II, where women stepped into the roles that were traditionally held by men, they weren't eager to give it all up. But the post-war world had other plans. As men returned, they sought to reclaim their dominance, pushing women back into the roles of dutiful wives and mothers. Tension simmered just beneath the surface. These conservative and repressive values only fueled women's desires for equality. The freedoms they tasted during the World War made the return to domestic life feel like they were going back to live in a cage. One thing was certain: the resentment between men and women was growing. The backdrop of this social tension, combined with the ready availability of thallium, would set the stage for a deadly chapter in Sydney's history, also known as the Thallium Trials. Originally a solution for the rat plague, thallium was removed from the poison list in 1939. It became a household staple, sold under the name Thalrat. Hardware stores couldn't keep it on the shelves. They were selling dozens of bottles every week. Tasteless, odorless, and colourless, it was the perfect poison. Easy to slip into a meal and almost impossible to detect until it was too late. The effects of thallium were brutal. Victims felt pins and needles in their limbs, but hair loss and devastating nerve damage. By the time the symptoms showed, death was almost certain. And even those who did survive faced tremendous pain, from permanent blindness, paralysis, to insanity. Thallium didn't just become notorious for its deadly effects. It became a symbol, a weapon that was wielded by women who saw no other way to escape from their lives. In my next video, we'll delve into the life and crimes of the very first thallium woman, Avon Fletcher.